What is up, beautiful people of the internet? I go by the name of Wesley, and today we are going to try to answer the fundamental question for all of my boys out there and some of my girls out there. Is she into you? I casually explained. Now, this is a question that plagues the mind of many a young man, probably including our boy Jimmy over here, because in a funny little move, casually explained, shouted out somebody, he dedicated this whole video to Jimmy. Now, is this a nice thing or a bad thing? I'm not sure, because it makes it sound like Jimmy is just simping over some girls and he has no idea if they're into him, or maybe Jimmy's just a giant stud and all the girls are into him and he's oblivious. I don't know how to interpret that, but regardless, let's get into it. Subscribe for more reactions. Let's go.
I know a lot of guys have trouble picking up on the signs of whether or not a girl is into them, so today I want to do a little quiz so you can see if she actually does like you, or even just how good you are at recognizing signals that you might be getting.
That's good, because personally, you need a damn flowchart. It's the same way. This is how I pick characters in D&D and MMORPG. I need a flowchart. I need a decision tree. How am I supposed to navigate something as complex as human interactions without literally mapping it out?
Let's say you're in a bar and you look across the length of the counter and you see a cute girl who glances at you briefly, does a quick hair flip, and then turns back to her friends. Is she into you? Eye contact is obviously a good sign, but you really can't tell from this example.
Yes.
She could just be adjusting her hair.
Damn it!
Maybe she was looking at someone behind you. So let's say you're at the office and your cute coworker is waiting behind you to make some...
Hold up, why is Lola Bunny in this video?
Whatever, people make coffee.
Don't mess with coworkers. No. It's a coworker. No. Ixnay. No coworkers play today. Bad news bears. So much can go wrong. No coworkers. Do not eat where you poop, guys. No coworkers. Zero coworkers.
And she says, "Wow, do you think you could go any slower?" And then playfully punches your arm. Is she into you? Again, you can't really tell from this example either. She might like you, but she might just be giggling and punching your arm as a sarcastic middle school throwback. So really no way to tell.
But she's a coworker.
Okay, so let's say you're at the gym on the elliptical for some reason, and Cutie McBooty comes in and gets on the exercise bike in front of you. And then after 5 minutes, she looks back and says, "Wow, I'm so sweaty already. If only there were a way to get the same workout at home riding something else." And then gives you a wink. She into you?
Yes.
Yeah, I still can't tell without... And
you're accidentally in Pornhub. You're not at a gym. You walked into a porn shoot accidentally. And can you even blame them? I mean, these are some Tom Platt's X thighs right here. Look at my man. No wonder he's getting so much attention. These are ham hocks that look like they were cut off a bull and stapled to this man. He is just absolutely cut up.
To get the same workout at home riding something else. Then gives you a wink. She into you? Yeah, I still can't tell with that one. Exercise equipment is pretty expensive, and maybe she lives in a small apartment and just doesn't have space. So maybe you find a good deal on rowing machines somewhere. You can show her the flyer.
Hey.
Okay, so let's say you meet up
with
a friend that you've had.
Help her out on how to use the Craigslist interface, or you're like, oh, that's really interesting. You know, have you heard of Facebook Marketplace? A lot of people actually prefer their UI to Craigslist, so we can help you find some local options for cheap.
Coffee and drinks with a couple times, and she says, "I had a lot of fun on the last few dates we went on." That's a good sign, because she thought those hangouts were actually dates. So suppose then she says, "How'd you like to come back to my place and watch Netflix tonight?"
You ask what show.
That's another good sign.
No.
It's usually a pretty...
No, you ask what show. If she says any crap, you go, "Haha, you are a loser with no taste. Bye." And I'm not even going to specify what shows mean good taste or bad taste, because I'm going to let you guys imagine. I want you guys to, like your preconception of me rather than the actual me. So just imagine what shows you like, and imagine those are the shows I'm talking about, so we can vibe on that, but not really,
A good indicator when a girl invites you to do something, especially
at her house.
So then
alone.
Let's say later at her house, you guys are watching Wall-E or something like that, and she says, "I'm getting pretty bored. Why don't you come upstairs with me?"
Damn.
That's another great sign. She probably has something pretty interesting to do upstairs if it's better than watching Wall-E.
She might have a switch.
After you go up there, all of a sudden she pushes you onto her bed, dims the lights, rips off her clothes, and you start having sex.
I don't think she's into you at that point.
Is she
honestly.
Into you?
No.
Yeah, again, you really can't be too sure. It's pretty dark in the room, so she can't really see you properly. Maybe she's from Canada and was just being polite. Anyway, best bet is to just...
So many boys out there all the boys out there are like filling out Canadian passports, immigration forms, just frantically like, this is what they do in Canada? Shit! I need to get across that border ASAP.
Keep your wits about you and continue to look for signs.
That's sweet, yeah. You guys like how I'm just like, yes, she's into you. Yes, she's into you. Clearly. How could she not be into you? Look at yourself. That you. Look in the freaking mirror. How is she not into your ass? Yeah, look at your ass too. How is she not into that? She's into you. Be confident. No, but that's really funny. It is interesting to me because I'm really bad. Well, I was. I don't care anymore. I'm so glad not to be dating anymore. I'm done with that game. I moved on to the expansion packs, right? But dude, I was so bad at telling if certain girls were into me, but there's some girls where I was just like, I don't know what it was. I just like knew. And then there's other instances where in retrospect, like I think back and I'm like, oh, she was hitting on me, but I was completely oblivious. It took me a literal decade in order to figure that out. I don't know what the difference is. Because I don't really think in one instance it was more obvious than in the other instance. I don't know how to explain it. There's just some times where there were no obvious cues and I just knew. And there's other times where there were even more obvious cues and I had no idea. So that being said, all my peeps out there, guys, as long as you're not at work, one of the easiest ways is to just go and be direct. And be like, hey, do you want to go out and on a date? And then they might shoot your ass down. But you asked, and then you have a solid answer, and you don't have to worry about it in 10 years, right? So maybe, or you could be good at reading people, but let's be honest, I don't have the empathy for that or the emotional IQ, so you guys might not either, so you can just ask. You either have to be good at reading people and have high emotional IQ, in which case you don't have to suffer public and private embarrassment, or you can be like me, and the rest of us boys with the low EQ over here, and you can just basically like, I don't know, wrecking ball your way through life, constantly being battered with being embarrassed, but you'll get, you know what a wrecking ball is? A wrecking ball is strong. A wrecking ball is hard. Yeah, you'll get tough. Yeah, and eventually, strength in numbers. You ask 100 girls, statistically speaking, 1% of the population will probably like you. Boom! You're in. You're golden. You're golden goose. You're good. Think about it. Like, 1% of people like, I don't know, what's the worst artist you've ever thought of that's popular, right? 1% of people like Insane Clown Posse. Surely 1% of people out there will like you, right? Yeah! That's right. That being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. And just ask. Unless she's at work, then don't ask. Don't even look at her. Don't even talk to her. Don't ruin your job where you have to go every day and make it more awkward, where you make your money. Don't ask. No work. No work. Just leave that bridge. Actually, don't leave that bridge. Burn that bridge. Pull the parapets up. If it's a drawbridge, don't go there. That being said, guys, have a beautiful day. I will see you next time. Subscribe down below for more reactions. We're planning to do the first stream on this channel on Sunday, so I'm really excited about that. Should be a ton of fun. But love you guys. Have a beautiful day. I'm out.